Welcome back to the Tea Party Show. This is episode 3, and I'm Terry Reiber, PAC TV member and your host. And I'm here with Michael Isenberg, who is a Tea Party member and a libertarian author. And he has written the book 6 months ago to this day called Full Asylum. What led you to become an author?
You can tell from the book, it's really something of a, from the cover, it's really something of a James Bond parody. And that's what kind of led me to it. You know, there's always the scene in the James Bond movies where Bond goes back to his hotel room and there's a beautiful woman in his bed. Mm-hmm. Now, I've stayed at a lot of hotels and this never happened to me, not once. But I thought, well, wouldn't it be cool if it did? You know, wouldn't it be nice to have this story, fun to have this story about a young engineer, which is what I was when I first thought of this, who keeps getting himself into these kind of James Bond situations, you know, where, you know, he gets in a shootout or a car chase, or he comes back to his apartment and his beautiful upstairs neighbor is in his bed. And it was just a story that I wanted to tell. A lot of it has to do with political correctness, right? Bond is a guy, he sleeps around, he shoots things, he blows stuff up, he used to smoke, he drinks heavily, and none of that is politically correct anymore. One of the things I did try and do in this book is kind of capture the spirit of the early James Bond movies, and also make fun of the development a little bit, in that one of the subplots involves a director who's trying to make a James Bond movie, and he runs into a lot of interference from the suits, you know, who are concerned that the movie isn't politically correct enough. I'm sure you've seen the movie 2016, you know, Dinesh D'Souza's book about what America will look like in 4 years after Obama's second term. So if that's about 2016, Full Asylum is 10 years after that. And what I project is, you know, continue loss of freedom, continue economic stagnation, the nanny state absolutely out of control, you know, cameras in the cafeteria checking to make sure you don't eat anything unhealthy. And I'm not even going to go into what I did with airport security, but it involves a privacy curtain and a rubber glove.
Right. Did you see some parallels between the future in your book and Atlas Shrugged 2?
Well, this is very different because my book is a comedy. You cannot have a modern technological society with a high standard of living if you don't have freedom. There's no doubt the years ahead are going to be rough. It's definitely a good time for me to be starting a career as a dystopian novelist.
Right, right.
But, you know, I do think that truth is on our side.
Well, I noticed your writing style is very visual. I mean, it just almost reads.
That's because I grew up watching television.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, I read the book from front to back, and it was a great read. Where can you buy this book?
Book's available on Amazon.com.
Okay.
You can search for Full Asylum there, or there's also a link from my website. It's www.fullasylum.com.
Okay, and you said there's both a Kindle and a printed?
There's a Kindle and the paperback edition.